Hey fellow super builders, welcome back to my weekly update here on my location T-Racer project, kind of what I called it now. So if you remember, I was going off to do a race. This is me here, and if we look back at what we've done in the last couple of weeks, so last week actually a lot of PostGIS and PostGIS goodies in there. Yeah, definitely have a look at that. That's pretty cool. Now, week 3 was testing this out in the wild, and we can actually look at this here on my Strava. So you can see that was kind of the route here. So we're starting at Rose Bay, heading up across the heads. This was pretty choppy out there. Bloody good time. We don't get these kind of waves in Singapore. So this was good fun. So here kind of our distance, time, sort of average speed. And so what I kind of wanted to do is, if we remember, we had in our project the ability to get our path out as kind of well-known text. And then we can copy this into this cool tool here from Arthur. And as you can see now, if we zoom in here, the path looks very similar to kind of what we're tracking here on Strava. So I think that's pretty cool. Pretty much the same shape. Yeah, one thing you can notice is that there's kind of parts where we're tracking quite a lot of points, but then actually there's some parts where we're missing points. So I'm not entirely sure if this is sort of network or Telegram. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas why maybe there's like some locations being dropped, let me know. But yeah, what I wanted to focus on today is I kind of found out a couple useful snippets. Again, PostGIS, super powerful. So there's a lot of things that we can do. So the first one, we've done this already, actually get our path out as this well-known text format, so we can plot it on the map. But then also what we can do is we can calculate the path distance in meters. So there's a function for that called st-length, and then we just need to convert our path into a geography. And then we can get that out. So I actually have that in here, calculate distance. So that's exactly this. So when we run this through, we can see, so this is our event ID. If we go back to our table editor, you remember we had kind of the events being tracked in here with sort of the events code. So this is our Sydney Harbour Challenge. And then if we go back to the SQL editor, we can see here. So this is our Sydney Harbour Challenge. And then this is what we're calculating here as the length. So we're kind of 20.8 kilometers here. So if we compare that, it's a bit off. Not entirely sure why that is. Yeah, Strava is, I kind of trimmed it down on Strava for the actual race start and the race ending to make the average speed look a little bit better. But then, yeah, also what we can do is, so we can get, I thought this was pretty cool. So we can get like, we can calculate kind of the created at, right? We have the timestamps here. And so we can create the max minus the min as the duration, and then what we get is this interval data type in Postgres, which is really cool because we can then extract kind of a bunch of stuff from this. So if we do this here, maybe we do a new query, put that in. So we're just kind of doing here, our group by the dates and the event user ID, and let's run that. So what we can see here is we get, our hours. So this is our event here, 2 hours, 16 minutes. And then also the epoch is basically the time in seconds. So then what we can do is we can do some cool calculations based on that. Like, for example, calculating the average speed. where we can then use the epoch to get kind of the meters per second, and then use the distance to get, basically the same meters per second, and just convert that into kmh. So if we do that, let's do that here. Let's run that. So you can see now our event here. So, 9.1. Now the reason is that, I was tracking kind of before the race started and after. So it is a little bit off, from the 11.3. But so what we can do is we can add kind of from locations, we can add a where clause, created at is larger than the start time. And so I exported here the so we can do this. So this is the end time, and I believe we can just take that out, and so this would be start time, and created at is smaller than the end time, so that's where we get it from Strava here. And then if we scroll all the way up, I believe this might be the start time. So start time, and then if we run this, we can see our speed gets a bit better, 10.7 compared to the 11.3 we're tracking with Strava. So not too bad. I think that's pretty much it. So week 3, what we did, we tested it out in the wild. We calculated the length from path, and we calculated the average speed. And I think this is pretty cool, kind of considering that, if we look into our tables, we're just kind of tracking all the locations. We now have a bunch of records in there we're tracking, and from that, just with a bunch of SQL queries, and I'm let me commit these now as let me say, actually, let's just commit no, sorry, not this one, but the readme feature useful queries, and I'll link that as well. Cool. That's pretty much it for week 3. Now what we want to do maybe next week is actually at week 4 add real time and plot on map. I think this should be doable. So thanks for tuning in. Remember every week to post your super builders built in public. Make sure you do this weekly to make sure your project stays up. This is how we outsmart Ant. And I'll see you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.